All right, today we're with Josh and we're at Black Gold Barbecue. Josh, I hate to admit it, buddy, but you have better barbecue than me.
Well, I appreciate that, but we work on it every day, so practice makes perfect, I guess.
So tell me a little bit about your building. You said you've been here about 3 months now?
Yeah, we opened on January 13th. It took us about 18 months to get it built and ready to go. Everything's going really well. We were happy to bring barbecue to Buna, or back to Buna. I know we've had a couple of spots in the past, but it's been years. We ran a little food trailer across the highway for almost 4.5 years out of my other restaurant in Jasper called Smitty's Smokehouse, and then decided that the business was good enough and stable enough and people were going to support us, so we wanted to put a big pretty building here and sell our barbecue.
Seems like that's kind of the way all of them start out. They start out in a food truck or dragging a trailer around. Next thing you know,
start small, dream big.
Black Gold. So anybody that knows barbecue like me and you, we know that Black Gold is, we're talking about the bark.
Yep. So double play on words for us. Bark on the brisket is Black Gold, and then you are in the sort of the petrochemical corridor of the United States down here near Beaumont, and pretty much everybody in this area has got some degree of connection to the oil and gas industry. And so I just thought it was a little homage to a lot of families that grew up knowing a lot about oil and gas. And, I like the colors. I like that it sort of set me on with my logo and everything. I didn't have to come up with any colors for the shirts and the hats and everything. I just do black and gold, and like the way it looked, like the way it sounded.
Yeah, it definitely looks good. So we got this oil pump over here. What'd you call that?
This pump jack,
okay,
belonged to my wife's grandfather, Marvin.
Walk over and look at it.
And it was actually on the first oil well he ever had or produced. So they had it just kind of stored out on a piece of property, and it was all rusted up and just sitting there, and we pulled it out and sandblasted it and painted it and thought it'd be a nice spot for people to take pictures.
It's really nice that you kept the history of the family.
Yeah, it's nice that they had all that cool history for us to play into, but it worked out really well. We think it looks cool.
All the pictures on the wall inside kind of tells a story too. So I see it says Lufkin on there. That's where we're going today. Is that where they manufacture them?
Yeah, when you pull into Lufkin, if you come in on Highway 63 from the south, to the right, you'll see the old Lufkin facility. I think it's something else now. I don't think they're building these there anymore, but I can't guarantee that one was produced there. They might have other facilities too, but they used to build them there. They're pretty renowned in the oil and gas space.
Well, you want to go inside and show everybody what the inside looks like? It's like the Taj Mahal of barbecue. You got the big fans too. So are these fans, are they on a temperature control?
No, they kind of have a mind of their own, to be honest with you. They're, I think we were never able to pair them right with the remotes. So they'll turn on and off. And
I just noticed yesterday they kept coming on at different times. And I thought, I bet those are on temperature control.
Yeah, they do their own thing. I kind of hate them.
Kind of hate them, kind of like them?
Might replace them one day, but not today.
So you got your farmer's market. I noticed yesterday you sell some.
This is a lady, everything that's on that shelf is from Miss Sybil Avery out of Jasper, and I met her like 7 years ago. She reminded me of my grandma Imogene, who's from Buna. And
Imogene, you never hear that name anymore.
And so she sells local honey, pecans, and a bunch of different jellies, and they're all fantastic. And down here, we produce Mayhaw jelly, which is the best jelly in the world. If you've never had it,
we bought some Mayhaw jelly yesterday from a lady, the Harvest Host that we were staying at over in Louisiana.
Yep. So it's like a swamp berry. They're down in the creek bottoms and stuff, or low areas, real wet areas. And when I was a little kid, we'd go out and pick Mayhaws with my grandma. Yeah. And then she'd turn them into jelly, and it'll ruin you for other jellies.
Well, we're excited to try it.
It's fantastic.
We got a jar of it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You need to talk to it?
Yeah, this is Tyler Holland. This is my kitchen manager and a chef.
Hey, Tyler. Hey. We're just shooting a little YouTube video here, so we'll make you famous.
Make me famous?
Yeah, you okay with being famous?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So he's behind all the stuff that comes from the kitchen side of the menu. Does the fish and the chicken fried steaks, all the burgers, everything like that. Anything else new that we come up with?
I was going to ask you, how do you train your employees? Because the only other place I've ever been that was as friendly as this was yesterday when I came in is Chick-fil-A. Yeah. But your employees are like super nice.
It's Southern hospitality, man. We just hired a bunch of nice people.
You got the good ones.
And then preach the virtues of hospitality.
And then Steve yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that guy's something
Well, Steve's
else.
one of a kind.
He is.
Steve's one of a kind. We hired him and sort of wanted him to find whatever was the best position for. We literally had him as kind of a greeter at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he went back and he wanted to work in the kitchen. I think we were so busy at the beginning. There's so many people. It was a little overwhelming for everybody.
Right.
It was just a flood of people every day. And he took about a 2-week break where he worked in the kitchen some, and then he wanted to get back out here. And ever since we put him back out here, he loves everybody that walks through the door, and they love him too. So that's worked out really well.
He took up with my wife yesterday, and they had this long talk, and I kept thinking, this guy's got to be kin to him or something, but he's not. He's got a servant's heart.
Oh yes, absolutely
So,
has a servant's heart. Yeah, we love Mr. Steve. Everybody that works here loves Mr.
All right,
Steve.
what you want to show us next?
You want to show him the kitchen?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go see the kitchen. The kitchen's what I like anyway, that and the smokers.
Yeah, kitchen's fun.
How you doing this morning? Good, good. Good morning.
Our homemade rolls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Those were good.
You got
We tried
turkey
those
sauce?
yesterday.
This is where we do all of our fries, all of our burgers, smash burgers, smoked burgers, our chicken fried steak, fried fish, and they're doing sides right over there.
You walked through, I edit you out.
Put Santana on camera. Get in there, Santana. Here, get this. This is where we store all the barbecue. These are our hot boxes. So this is ribs,
man.
briskets, turkeys, sausage, other stuff there, and then all of our sides start going in over here. You got your mac and cheese, dirty rice, this corn casserole, beans, everything down there.
You just
And
pull
then
your
we're just
chair right
yeah,
here.
Yeah, and then the doors they open on the other side too. So they're just constantly feeding in from back here and unloading and selling it out front. And then we cut all the barbecue orders for our to-go window on that table, and then out front on the service line, big cutting table, and then our sides steam well. We keep our cold sides in the fridges here, and our desserts that are cold there. We got a bunch of fun sodas and stuff over here. And everybody just comes in, forms a line. This is all oil field pipe.
Yeah, I was looking at
Legitimate
that
oil field
yesterday.
pipe, yeah. So oil probably flowed through that pipe at some point, but we cleaned it up and put it in and painted it and helped form the line. My church pews came from a Methodist church in Nacogdoches, Texas. They're over 100 years, like 110 years old.
Wow.
And I think actually my wife's grandma, who is married to Marvin that the pump jack came from, she grew up in Nacogdoches and went to that Methodist church.
Well, she probably sat on those.
Yeah, another weird piece of just like fun
Yeah.
family history, but those came from Facebook Marketplace.
He's talking about oil flowing through those pipes. It's just cash flowing through them now.
That's what we hope. So all the beans and stuff are cypress from Elders Hardwoods, which is about 30 minutes north of here in Magnolia Springs, just south of Jasper, Texas. A guy named Russell Elder. Beautiful woods out there, lots and lots of cypress. And then we did, it's just pine, shiplap for the rest of it.
It is beautiful.
Pine is a big cash crop down here,
I was gonna say,
as you might
plentiful-
imagine.
Plentiful here.
It's like that where you're from too, yeah?
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is when we first opened. This is Marvin. We named it after
Marvin?
This is Marvin on the right. That's named after my wife's grandpa, who's 95 and was in here eating a hamburger on Monday. And this one is Betty, after her grandmother.
Yeah.
And so this one's our cold smoking pit. That's where we do like sausage or anything we want to cold smoke. So like
Okay.
175, 185, up
Right.
to maybe 200 degrees. It's got shelves. It's a cabinet style smoker. It's a J&R. This is an M&M manufacturing. This pit is amazing. This was whenever I just had the dream of building this. I started out knowing I was going to buy this smoker here, have it built.
Where did it come from?
M&M is out of Toole, Texas, which is just west of Athens, Texas.
Okay.
And they're fantastic people. They built it from designs that we have. We got ribs on there now.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them are already off. These are the stragglers. There's always some stragglers.
You're letting the goodness out.
Yeah. But we cook with post oak here primarily. The only other wood we use is hickory for our chicken cook. And so these are wood fired.
Oh, yeah. Old school.
We'll throw a log in there. Let it smoke up. But these are amazing machines. Love it. And it cooks every rib, every rack of ribs, and every turkey that comes out of this place is cooked on Marvin.
Oh, look at that. You got Twinkies going.
Yeah. This is Boomhauer. This was built by a guy named Alan Pena out of McAllen, Texas, A&P Smokers. I found him on Instagram, and he built me a beautiful 500-gallon offset smoker. It is, this is the one we do Texas Twinkies, smoked burgers, sausage, and boudin on. And then it's also the one that we play on. So if we want to do pork belly or beef ribs or anything like that, we do those on Boomhauer. If I do like a beef tenderloin or a prime rib or something, that goes on there. If I'm cooking for my family for a holiday, I'm cooking on Boomhauer.
Oh, it goes on there?
Yeah, this one's the fun one. So we love it. And then we've got a Santa Maria grill over here. Move the bug assault.
How you doing?
Take these away. This is a Santa Maria. We use it sparingly, but it's just a really cool wood-fired grill with an adjustable grate. I always wanted one. It's made by the same people that made Betty in there, J&R Manufacturing. I think it's called a smoke box or something, but it's probably weighs 1,500 pounds.
You know, the guy we were talking about yesterday that we watched a lot, you know, he's got a really nice one too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
We don't do steaks or anything yet. We might do steaks in the future. If we do, I don't know if that's going to be big enough, but I just take it to the house and get a bigger one, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it's really cool. It holds its heat really well. You can get a beautiful bed of coals going in there and cook anything you want on it. Yeah. And then these two we added later. These are Southern Prides. That's a SPK 500 and a 700. So this one will hold 500 pounds of meat. The other one holds 700 pounds of meat. We do all of our brisket on the big boy. We literally call him big boy, little boy. And then we do our, this little boy is overflow brisket, but primarily it's just the chicken smoker. So it's the only smoker in the house that gets hickory wood in it. So it gets a mix of hickory and post oak. And these are rotisseries like Marvin.
Oh yeah,
they are,
nice.
They're gas assisted for the flame. So we're finishing up a chicken cook here.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then this will be the last stuff. These are the handful of ribs that'll come off today. We'll cook throughout the day, sausage and maybe chicken again.
You said you start at like 5 o'clock in the morning and cook till 11 every day?
Yeah, we cook overnight on the briskets and they start coming off. The ribs and turkey go on at 5. And then we cook overnight on the briskets. They start coming off probably around like 6:30. And we hope to have them all off by 9 at the latest. So they've got at least 2 hours to rest before they go in the warmer. And then we stack them so that the last ones off go on the bottom, so they're the last ones served too. So the ones that get the longest rest are the first ones we cut into every day. Yeah. That way give them the most time to get right.
So how big is the second one you said?
This one's huge. So I can do 40 briskets on this. 40. Wow. So it's got 18-inch grates, so you can stack them flat to point towards the firebox, and you can go 5 wide. And so your top rack on each hanger cooks higher.
Oh yeah.
So all of our top racks, like the only day we do 40 briskets is Saturday.
Boy, it smells good, don't it?
Yeah. And so my hot spot is sort of this middle area. There's a convection fan in the back, centered up. So, you know, they sort of are done from the inside out, and we rotate them. And then as soon as we start pulling top rack stuff, we rotate bottom rack up to get it. So it's probably like 10 to 15 degrees difference.
Yeah.
In the overall cook temp is what we estimate. I don't know. But
moving it around.
If we don't have to cook on the bottom rack, we don't.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing on the top rack, and the bottom rack just cooks a little slower.
Right.
But it cooks well. We love those. And then we've got added more just covered area. My contractor Neil did all of this for me, and we're almost done. We got to do the prison bars down the side over there, and then we're done.
Pretty nice. I was looking at that this morning.
Yeah. And then we built this is our meat processing room is in here. It's where we do all of our trimming. We keep it really cold.
Right.
Yeah. But you can come in there if you want.
Oh, this place just keeps going and going, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this, we've been in this for like maybe 2 weeks. I think Thursday will be 2 weeks. And but we got the big walk-in, which is all the brisket, pork butts, ribs, turkey, chicken, sausage, everything's in that, so that we don't share the walk-in with the kitchen anymore. And then we make our homemade pickles in here on that table over there. And we got some stacked up over here, and that's the ones we made yesterday. They've got to sit for 4 or 5 days before they're ready to go. Then we got this little office in there, storage and stuff. They got a warmer here that we keep overflow on like holidays when we need big orders to go out. And we don't want to take up all the room in the restaurant warmer.
You really thought this out.
I mean, we built all this after, so this is all the stuff I missed on the first part, but it's working out. We have a TV in here, but that's actually for me to put the camera feed that looks right at my cutting line, so I can see my meat cutters and my service line. Yeah. And then I can see my customer line too. So if I'm in here trimming briskets or working on something, I can look up there and see what's going on in the restaurant, because I feel like I'm 10 miles away from the main part of the restaurant when I'm back here.
It is a big building.
It is, yeah. So funny though, we use every bit of it, and I know we could do it in a smaller building, but I hate to think about it.
Well, and you got plenty of property here to expand if you
Yeah,
ever
we
need
do.
to.
We do. We're able to put it in a big parking lot so that we can host people, which we love, and get 18-wheelers and trucks and trailers, boats. We're on the highway that goes to the lakes. We have 2 great lakes in East Texas.
I was going to ask you that because I kept seeing boats coming and going.
So we've got Lake Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend Reservoir that are both about an hour and 15 minutes from here to Toledo Bend, and an hour, not even an hour, to Rayburn. And they're both some of the finest bass fishing lakes in the country. They have tournaments all the time. They're recreational. A lot of people from Beaumont, even Houston, and all the surrounding areas down here, mid-county or whatever, go up there. So we're right in the line for lake traffic. So we wanted people to be able to get in here with their boats and stuff. And then come hunting season, a lot of deer leases around here. I hunt out on Highway 253 in Buna. A lot of people come up here to hunt, so they're pulling their trailers with their side-by-sides or their deer stands when they're going to put them up, or whatever else. And so we wanted to have a parking lot big enough that they could get in easily.
Well, I tell you, the Harvest Host thing for you is going to do really good.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's I had never heard of it, but I had some people just I loved the story she told me. Was we were looking at satellite images to try and find a place to pull in, and they found one. I think it was on, I guess, Apple's maps. It just shows the dirt field before we built, but she knew we were open because it gave our hours and stuff. Yeah. So she looked at Google, and on Google Maps it shows the building and everything, and she saw the big parking lot, so they pulled in, and then they told me about Harvest Host, and I thought, that's cool.
That's interesting. We'll do that, because I do the same thing, because man, you can get yourself in a bind if you're not careful. Come on in. Look at that. Got Twinkies. Right off. Ooh, look at that.
We sell a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. I like them. But
we do the same thing. We always look at Google, because man, you get yourself in a bind in some of these places.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we looked at yours and I was like, oh, that's easy.
Yeah. We tried to make it easy. We had to get TxDOT to give us the dual entrances, or dual exit and entrance, and luckily we were able to pull that off, and then big old rock parking lot in the back.
Yeah, and it's solid too.
Yeah, it's got what do they call it? Soil cement.
Okay.
We soil cemented the whole thing before we put the
it's
slag
solid,
rock on top.
Man. It don't move at all.
Yeah. So it holds up to a lot of heavy traffic. We poured heavy concrete to make sure it didn't bust up on us over time, and so we hope to see the big vehicle traffic increase as we get older.
I think you will, especially with Harvest Host. You'll get a lot of Class A's, and like the one you had this morning at Super C. Man, those things are heavy.
Yeah, and we've only been on it maybe a month, maybe not even quite a month, and I think y'all were our 5th guest, and I think I got a couple more booked, and so that's fun.
It won't be long. It'll be hard to get in here.
Yeah,
that's good business.
That'd be nice. The lady, the couple that left this morning were telling me that I can go in and put an image up and sort of like make some like blocks to show people where they park. So I think I'll do that. Yeah, I hadn't messed with that yet, but I'll do that. Make it easier on folks.
Yeah, I think I was telling you we actually host too at our place when I'm at home.
Yeah.
And you can add all kinds of stuff from your side.
Yeah. It's wild how many people come through Little Buna.
It is.
Because we're not on I-10 or anything, so you don't figure that people would be making, unless they were going to or from the lake, kind of. But it's pretty interesting for me to find people from other states and stuff here.
If you hadn't have been a Harvest Host, I wouldn't have been here. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So
man,
we like that.
What a gym.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're proud of it. It's going well. We're working hard trying to put out a good product.
Well, anything else you want to tell me, and I'll let you, because I know you got to go do some catering today.
This is it. I guess if anybody's in the area, we'd love to have you. We're open 7 days a week. It's 11 to 8 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 3 on Sundays. And then we do catering and all kinds of stuff. And we try not to run out of barbecue, but sometimes we do, so get here early.
You want to give them a phone number to call you?
Yeah, it's 409-994-6700.
All right, and that's in Buna, Texas.
Buna, Texas.
Is it 96?
On Highway 96 South.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed this. I don't
Thank
know
you,
about
me too.
you, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I hope everybody watching enjoys it. And it's not that far out of the way. If you guys are going up I-10 anywhere, just go ahead and make the detour. You're not gonna be hating yourself for it later. Like I said, I'm kind of a meat snob, and that's the best brisket I've ever eaten. And yes, Bill, I know you're watching, and when you see this, you can just go ahead and send me a text and tell me you can't believe it, but I'm telling you, it's the best I ever eat. So you guys come by, see Josh. What a
We look
host.
forward to it. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye now.